Hi, guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I will be giving you my review for the full second and awesome season of one of my new favorite Netflix shows. It dropped about a week ago on Christmas Eve. I think you know what I'm about to say. Lost in Space Season 2 dropped on Christmas Eve. I started watching it on Christmas Eve. I watched like the first episode, and then a couple of days later, I found myself with some downtime and I managed to watch most of the season. And then today, earlier just now, I just finally finished watching it, and oh my goodness, did I love it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Now, before I go on and talk too long, and of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled season review. If you're still watching Lost in Space Season 2, and if you're not finished with it yet, or if you're just beginning, in the middle of it, wherever you're at, if you're not done with it, I'm going to be referring to events in the beginning, middle, and end throughout the whole season. This is going to be spoilers abound. So if you're still watching it and you haven't finished, don't keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be discussing major giant OMG spoilers. So you have been warned. This is your spoiler warning, last chance. Okay, here we are, jumping into the abyss now. Ah, what a great season. It was so damn good. They promised it was going to be bigger, better in terms of scale, scope, and storytelling, and I think they delivered on all of those promises. We got way more character development. We got way more interesting storylines. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still very, very much enjoyed Season 1. Loved Season 1. But wow, did Season 2 just really raise the stakes in those life-threatening emergency situations the Robinsons always find a way to pull themselves out of and like save the day and save each other. More awesome, beautiful looking creatures, from like the buffalo type creatures, and then the predators that were chasing and hunting them around, and then the big beautiful fish like one that Maureen saw when she and John were stuck in that gaseous cloud thing. Those were awesome. And of course, our beloved robot returned along with a lot of his compatriots. But wow, what a season. What a season. You know, I wanted to see more character development, more creatures, more story regarding the robot. Hell, they even gave the robot character development and growth. He learned to say a few different words, and he learned to care for other beings other than Will Robinson. He cared for the horse gypsy. He cared for the robot scarecrow. He even mentioned Ben Adler's name, and I really liked the name Ben Adler. And you know, I gotta say, I never hated Dr. Smith. She did things that I didn't like, but this season actually made me like her a lot more. I loved how she took on more of an anti-hero role rather than the villain role. I mean, she was still pretty villainous for her own reasons, but I also thought to myself, oh, come on, you've spent 7 months with these people and you haven't formed any kind of trust at all with them. And then when the whole double agent reveal thing was revealed after John was caught, thanks to her, I was like, oh, finally a bond is forming, some kind of trust or some kind of start to a new relationship. That was cool. I liked that. And then her like risking her life so the kids could get away. That was pretty cool too. I do not believe for 1 second she is dead, because if you're going to kill a character like that, you're not going to do it off screen. You're going to do it on screen for dramatic effect. So I think she did what she said she was going to do, how she was lightning fast, got out of that spacesuit in a jiffy, and is now safe and sound aboard with the kids on Jupiter 2. So she is still alive with a bunch of children. What could go wrong? You know, I just loved how the season looked and felt in terms of storytelling. Oh, I really hate that Hastings guy. You know, I get why he did what he did, but at the same time, you know, he was such a cold prick about it. And I'm glad Maureen zapped him when she did. That felt very satisfying. And I couldn't tell at the end there when she had reached out to him for the codes. It looked like him and his goons had been like bound or something. So it's like, good, enough with the military police looking assholes, because those guys suck too. But I did like Ben a lot. He made some mistakes, sure, but he tried to make up for them in the end. I loved the bond and the relationship between him and Will, how they were so alike and similar and whatnot. So that was pretty cool. But man, boy, did I I enjoy the robots. Like, I wanted to see in this season robots swarming the Resolute, and that is exactly what we got. We got a whole army of robots swarming the Resolute, crawling like insects and walking around like giants with forearms, and that's exactly what we got. Plus, a more awesome robot fights between the new robot Scarecrow and that scary dorsal fin looking one and the other robots that he fought so the kids could get away. That was awesome. Just this whole season lived up to my expectations so well, and I am so satisfied with that. One little downside, though, I was kind of hoping that the incoming ships that were coming to attack the Resolute and the rest of the Jupiters with all the adults on them, I was kind of hoping we get glimpses of those robots and those ships as well, but sadly, we did not. And I'm hoping, if there is a third season, that the third season opens with John, Marine, Dawn, and then all the other adults fighting their way out from a siege by the robots and their ships that were coming for the Resolute. And now the stakes, if there is a third season, will be even higher, because now the Resolute is gone. The kids are separated from their parents, and they're not even at Alpha Centauri. Did the robot deliberately take them to this place where this abandoned spaceship is, or did he just make a mistake? But either way, this season was awesome. I feel like the cliffhanger was nowhere near as bad as the first season, so I can wait a little bit longer for the third one, if there is a third one. So far, to my knowledge, I don't think there's been a renewal yet, but time will tell. Oh, I also loved how funny and heroic Don was this season. Like, he was already established as a smartass in the first season, but boy, he was even more sarcastic in this season, and then he was even more heroic. Like, I loved how his admitting to being a smuggler led to saving Penny and Will's life. That was really touching, I felt like. And he was just also overall really funny. He was the perfect comic relief in those really intense moments and situations where you really thought all hope was lost and these guys could have easily died. So, yeah, well done, Lost in Space Season 2. I hope there's a third season. I hope to see more of the robot and more robots, period. But, boy, am I excited to rewatch this season again, or at least some of my favorite episodes. Highlight for me will probably be the robot saving the horse from the stampeding creatures. That was particularly touching, and overall just a really well-executed sequence. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed Lost in Space Season 2 as much as I did. It's currently streaming on Netflix right now as we speak. Go and watch it. It's awesome. And of course, thanks again for watching, and stay tuned and subscribe to this channel for updates regarding a Season 3 renewal or confirmation if and when we get one. Okay, guys, have a great night. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.